A new week and another week of Dota news. Even before the conclusion of EPICENTER, teams are already changing up their rosters. We'll get to that right after we recap the event. Let's begin with the upper bracket of the playoffs. The games that fans were excited about for the upper bracket was between Hometown Boys in Virtus.pro and Team Secret. The series won all 3 games and it went the distance in the first 2, while the third game ended much quicker. Virtus.pro gave the hometown fans a lot to cheer for. They knocked the juggernauts in Team Secret down into the lower bracket. But as soon as they celebrate their victory, they need to prepare for Team Liquid in the next round.
Take one of them out here. Let's see what they can find. Straight away, they get under the Shadow Demon. Self-disruption, though, is going to be kept alive. Winter's Curse will be used, but sort of the same time as the rest went in. So not a lot of damage done to Solo. Now the GA comes out. Solo healing Roger, they'll turn. Reaper Sight down and out onto mid one. He's still alive. Wasn't quite enough to finish him off, but Ramses is chasing, jumps in, chunks him down with a big hit of the God Strength. As that's mid one dead for 75 seconds. No buyback, stuns reflected, but there we have it. GG is called.
As mentioned, Team Liquid advanced and they played one of the best Chinese teams this year, but PSG LGD couldn't find an answer against Aliwi, Weeha, Omar in the series. His Wind Ranger and Meepo proved too strong for LGD. The other Chinese squad, Vici Gaming, went against the other CIS representative, Gambit Esports. Vici Gaming advanced. And in the last upper bracket match, TNC Predator knocked the last Chinese team, Royal Never Give Up, down to the lower bracket. Now onto the lower bracket, it's back to do or die mentality for all these teams. It's a best of 1 and loser goes home as the last place. Fnatic went up against Forward Gaming, and this match forced Fnatic to make immediate changes to their roster. More on that later, but this win also had an impact on Forward Gaming. Their roster changed a lot this year, but it looks like this team will be playing in the North American qualifiers. The next match was the one everyone was waiting for, Evil Geniuses vs OG, and OG played without Johan Notel Sunstein. Their coach, Shoshka, took over and played position 5. They played very well, and OG did what they do best, split push and wear down EG like how they did back in DI8. This is the first time the whole year EG plays the worst. Don't expect them to change anything in this lineup.
Not to mention you have the clock, you can separate the team.
Playing Lasso, but that's not real. And the Omni Slash being committed. Now they'll jump forward. A perfect double searing chains. Can they keep the control going? Arteezy needs to die here. No hook shot available. They just purge Arteezy. He can't move fast. Now they're battling into the shrine. Crits come in. This is not what EG wanted. They're going to lose Arteezy's Aegis Immortal. The snowball forward. Soshka will end up falling down. But the battle, Samael, he needs to go big right now. But Thompson, he just spirit jumps himself away. And with a BKB from Seb, he can stand his own ground. Samael pushing himself in a little bit further forward. Jirax just need to keep the control on him, and they've got him. Anna leeches up the false promise, will allow Samael to fight a little bit longer, but these defensive fuel centers from Jirax makes it so difficult for Samael just to finish the damn job. Finally, he'll end up killing up the SD. Sasha's coming back to the fight while Thompson's been such a nuisance. Oh, we got the stun concoction! It followed through, but the buybacks will arrive and Thompson straight back in. Another double searing chains.
The next set was between Alliance and Infamous. This match was the beginning for Alliance's run to reach the top 12 on the DPC standings. Infamous went with a dynamic duo with Io and Gyro, and Alliance went with a teamfight-oriented team with Enigma and Mars. Alliance got online much faster and picked Infamous apart.
This is a hard thing. The courier. Oh no!
Oh my god.
Well, that's a game.
Oh,
that's
boy.
game. It's actually game. That's all the damage. that's everything.
And the last best of 1 was between Ninjas in Pajamas and Pain Gaming. It was almost a 50-minute game, but NIP pulled through on to the next round. The next round of the lower bracket was mostly predictable in a few matchups. PSG LGD vs Forward Gaming. It was a clean 2-0 sweep. Gambit Esports and Ninjas in Pajamas was also a clean 2-0 sweep for Gambit Esports. Alliance fought tooth and nail to beat Royal Never Gave Up, and they even went and picked up Io and Gyro to ensure a win. But the biggest surprises keep coming out of OG's game. They faced yet another tough foe. Team Secret stood in the way of securing a slot into TI9. The beat keeps going for OG. They defeated the 2-time major champions in a 2-0 convincing victory.
Got the meld hit out.
Yeah, he's extremely close to Blink now. Every one of these assists just adding up. Mid one now in here. The Tri-Core in under the tier 1.
See what they can get, but Thompson straight away in with the combo. They're on top of Nisha. Nisha's gone. They jump the TA. TA's out of the fight. Now with the skewer forward onto the 2 of them, slowing both Zion mid one down. Can they escape this? They're trying their best to run. Puppy is there. He's going to be able to save one of them and pops the help out to Zai, but it's not enough. Zai's dead. Mid one's actually jumped back down towards the river. He'll remnant in, get on top of Thompson, but Anna chases down Puppy. He's cleaned up a triple kill. as Anna just getting funneled with...
The next series proved to be too much for OG. They faced off against PSG LGD and lost 2-0, but the good news was that they secured themselves a direct invite into TI9 and they can defend their title in Shanghai. Then there's the other match between Alliance and Gambit Esports. The winner of this would take the last spot in the DPC standing. Alliance just wanted it more. They took the first game quickly and ended it at 31 minutes, but game 2 was grueling. Neither side wanted to make that one mistake with so much on the line. Alliance eventually came out on top of a 62-minute game with the last spot secured. Now back to the upper bracket. Team Liquid against the hometown team Virtus Pro. Man is having one new player surprising. The drafts aren't different at all, but Team Liquid is playing at a pace that they were back in 2017 when they won the International. They beat Virtus Pro 2-1, but the 2 wins they got were under 25 minutes. The last upper bracket match had TNC Predator against Vici Gaming, one of the more surprising matchups that no one expected. TNC fought well, but the series went 2-1 to Vici Gaming. Now back to the lower bracket to see who will finish top 4. TNC Predator swiftly took care of PSG LGD in a 2-0 series to reach top 4. The other series was Alliance vs Virtus Pro, who was also swift in their series, even quicker than TNC Predator. TNC Predator finally met Virtus Pro to see who would advance into the lower bracket finals. It wouldn't be a hometown advantage without the crowd. TNC was already at a disadvantage. VV was just on another level today. They took out TNC Predator in 2 games and advanced to the lower bracket finals. For TNC, this was the highest finish all season long, and Lee Heen Soon-dong has changed how TNC approached the game since becoming their coach. It'll be exciting to see how well they do in Shanghai. Now for the upper bracket finals, the 2 Dota 2 titans facing off. It's what people expected to be, quick exchanges from both teams and always trying to gain the upper hand. This time around, Team Liquid's new player Surprises has run its course. Vici Gaming knocks them down in the 2-1 series win. This sets up a rematch between Team Liquid and Virtus Pro. Fans hope it would be different this time around, but unfortunately it's the same. Team Liquid was just a stronger team in this series, and they even pulled out a surprising pick in Arc Warden, and it caught Vladimir No One Menenko off guard, and he died to the spark race in his base.
There's the buybacks, No One and Ramsey straight back in the game. Liquid, they'll look to respect it, back away. They're more than happy with poking that out of them. 2 huge buybacks gone.
No.
Fortification in time will save the courier.
No one just died. He just died to the damage from the Tempest.
Team Liquid defeated the Russian squad 2-0 and advanced to the Grand Finals against Vici Gaming. The Grand Finals was what we expected, action games and a variety of different heroes and different strategies throughout the series. Vici Gaming tried to play Ion Gyro combo, but Team Liquid quickly shut that down with an anti-mage pick. Team Liquid once again pulled out the Arc Warden pick in Game 4. They didn't have a good start and the game was looking very grim. But Team Liquid somehow was able to hold high ground and allow Arc Warden to farm out to carry the game. Game 4 lasted about 64 minutes.
Okay! It spawns in 16 seconds.
Is this an instant kill?
No way, it's not an instant kill, but
it's gonna be close.
30%.
How many? Many? Can you actually spawn?
Oh, keep doing it.
We need a counter. All right, Roshan, here we go, man. From 100 to 0.
Game 5 was the opposite. Vici Gaming showed discipline and picked an early game lineup led by Leshrac. Team Liquid on the other hand picked a later game backed by Spectre. Spectre couldn't find the farm she needed while Leshrac and Morphling was running around taking over the game. Vici Gaming ended Team Liquid's lower bracket run in 33 minutes and captured their second major win of the season. Now that the Epicenter is over, it officially concludes the end of the second DPC season and people have voiced their concerns with how it's organized, expect new rules and how prize pool and DPC points will be distributed next season. Now on to roster movements. Fnatic was the first team in the tournament to make the movement. It wasn't immediate, but they did have a team meeting and decided to make the roster change. So they replaced Noah MP Pio and added Kim Dubu Du Young onto the team. Eric Cole, manager of Fnatic, said, "Together with MP, Fnatic Dota has one of our most amazing seasons and we owe him endlessly for all the hard work he's put in. However, with the lackluster results towards the end, issue with our playstyle has surfaced and after a lengthy discussion with everyone, we feel that we needed a fresh change in our core synergy. Dubu will play position 5. Ad Finem also returns to Dota 2. It's almost a full squad from the Boston Major. This was the team that defeated Team Secret in the double elimination bracket to face off against OG in the grand finals. Unfortunately, they couldn't beat OG, but they surely won many fans over. Glad to have Ad Finem back in Dota.
With their next buyback.
I don't think maybe next time goes for that
There
sort of
is
play.
just way too much armor on that Ancient. 15
Oh,
armor. Is he going
no,
for it?
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's
he
not.
is going
no,
for
he's
it.
Not. He's not. Oh, no. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's doing it.
Last but not least, right after the end of Epicenter, IceFrog released 7.22D. It has a lot of minor changes. Here are the few big ones. Bat Rider is once again nerfed. His sticky napalm scales now instead of a static 700 range. Ember Spirit's Agnum Scepter now has a 25 mana cost instead of 0. And probably the biggest one has to go to Io. At level 20, Io's old talent was granting Scepter ability when tethered. Now it's been changed to plus 15 armor. Players might have to lean towards 150 gold per minute instead of the 15 armor, but we'll see. Don't expect another major patch anytime soon. Maybe another rebalance before the international right after the qualifier on July 14th. And that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us.